So, hello, Aries, and welcome back to Divine Rebel. My name is Racey, and I'm going to be giving the message for you today. It is a general message for Aries and those with strong or significant Aries placements in their chart. If you know what house Aries rules and what is in there, this might give you some more specific insights into, certain areas of your life. If it doesn't resonate, don't force it to fit. For those of you not familiar with me or the channel and you're new, I have no filter and I don't sugarcoat my messages. So if that is not your thing, or you have children around, or you just don't appreciate, that kind of a message, I'm always very respectful of that. And I'm giving you the opportunity to sign off now. Otherwise, Aries, we're getting into your energy for August. Now, I used my Naked Heart Tarot as a light or conscious insight into the self, and I used my Night Sun Tarot as a shadow or subconscious insight into the self, so we get a full picture of what is going on and manifesting in August. And then I pulled a Kuan Yin Oracle card for guidance. So, starting with the top and bottom of the Naked Heart Tarot, we have the Five of Coin on top, with your card, the Fool, on the bottom. Now, Aries, consciously, you might be feeling misplaced, like you don't have a quote-unquote home, okay, which stems from some sort of detachment with the self, because self and home are kind of synonymous. It's reflective, as within and so without. So you're healing this sense of not belonging anywhere. And you're unique, right? You have a unique path. The Fool in this deck is a unicorn, a really rad one at that. You have a really unique path. Getting over, and I'm just being reminded because of this black crescent moon of Lilith energy. This unique ability you have in this life to overcome self-abandonment on a leap of faith, or that the divine would push you through a portal, because as we get to subconscious, right, with the Night Sun Tarot, we have the World on top with the Hierophant on the bottom. And I'll get there in a minute. But Aries, you're on a path. You're on a path that's very specific for you. And right now you don't feel like you have a place in this world, or in your life, or in general, in your relationships. Maybe you feel like you don't have your person, or you don't feel at home in your life. Feeling alone even if you're around a lot of people, right? Needing to find yourself. With the Hierophant on the bottom and the World on the top of the Night Sun Tarot. Now, this Hierophant's a little special, and it brings up two aspects. It brings up Taurus with the Hierophant, and it brings up Saturn with the World. Saturn and Sedna in Taurus are aspecting the nodes, the North and South node. And Mars, the planet that rules Aries, is going to be squaring off against Saturn this month and aspecting with Sedna. So, this aspect is asking you to release yourself from being told what to do. To release yourself from being told what to do, or thinking you have to be a certain way to appease anyone. You're learning the difference, if you look at this Hierophant card, between who wants to grow and learn from you and your experience with you, and who is holding the knife behind their back and will only hurt you and try and take your power, try and take your position, try and go from student to teacher and school you. You're welcoming in this closure. Subconsciously, you're welcoming in this closure of feeling like you're out of place. And so you're being called to release connections or attachments to people who are not willing to exchange equal and balanced love energy with you. That they would be selfish or greedy and try and take your energy or your resource or your position of strength, okay, within the self. That they would try and school you. So as we get into the rest of the reading, because ultimately, Aries, you're bringing up a new start, and it's because you don't want to feel backstabbed anymore. You don't want to feel like your energy's being drained out, or you have to live in fear of the people around you, okay? That you have to live in fear of the people around you taking your energy, whether it's financial energy or emotional energy, mental energy, spiritual energy, that you feel lost and disconnected from yourself, or even psychological energy, physical energy, your body, your time, your mental well-being, right? That they would take this energy from you because it would empower them and put them in a position to teach you how to cut people like them off. So getting into the message, we have the Eight of Cups clarified by the Five of Wands to start. And this is feeling conflicted over walking away from something that is emotionally unfulfilling and or draining. You're conflicted over leaving a situation that left you feeling less than full. We have the Ace of Pentacles clarified by the King of Swords. That's the Spirit of Swords. The Six of Wands and the Movement of Pentacles. You see, Aries, you want a solid new beginning with someone who's evolved and sees higher purpose, who is aligned with victory, and it's a slow process for you. It's a slow process for you. You want someone that is willing to go slow and steady as this new foundation is laid. You're seeing things from a higher perspective. You know that you do have to walk away and claim a victory for yourself, even if it is a slow process. And then we have the Earth Mother energy, the Empress, clarified by the Innocence of Cups, the Magician, and the Naked Heart. Someone is pulling through for you. A divine feminine energy. Someone is pulling through for you with a very heartfelt experience that is manifesting like magic from a heart that's at 100%. The naked heart is 99%, is not 100. So you have someone in your experience that is manifesting at 100% of their magic, which is incredible. Whoever this Mother Earth, this Earth Mother Empress energy is, in your experience, their energy is through the roof. The love coming out of these four cards is through the roof. They are able to move mountains. They're able to move mountains of stress with their magical heart, okay? And this beginning is a process because there is this lesson being learned of where to disconnect toxic people. So you have all this beautiful stuff. Now, the subconscious Night Sun Tarot cards. We got the Five of Swords, clarified by the King of Cups and the Seven of Coin and the Six of Coin. And the Six of Coin. The Five of Swords in this deck. You already see or sense some kind of impending doom with this new start that you're working on, with this Empress energy. There's a reason why you were conflicted at the beginning of the month over walking away. And you already know what's going to happen. You already know what's going to happen. The King of Cups is emotionally reserved, or, hand up saying thanks, but no thanks. Thanks, but no thanks to this lifeless, toxic tree. This was in another reading, this Six of Coin, with the moon in Taurus, right, element on the card. And we have this Venus in Aquarius. You know that you have to detach emotionally from someone. You have to say no mas, right? No mas. It's too toxic. You have to say goodbye to a toxic family dynamic, whether it's one that you're in, like directly, or you have an attachment to a family outside of your own, right? You have connections to another family situation or dynamic that's toxic, whether it's work-related or a relationship that you've had in the past, like whatever it is that's in your subconscious playing on you. You know that you have to release a toxic dynamic so that you could take the one apple that is left with its seeds and sow them elsewhere. Plant these seeds of knowledge that you have and plant them elsewhere. If there is a toxic family dynamic and this apple is present there, and you have this earth mother or goddess energy in your presence, and there's no actual apples on that tree, it's almost like the ground is better though. There's stars around her at her feet, at the base. She's grounded in the universe, in this portal of the universe, ready to bring in this family tree, ready to bring it life with all this magic that she's carrying. So the ultimate manifestation that's going on this month for you, Aries, is really letting go of a toxic dynamic that you've been conflicted about in order to start fresh. A higher soul contract, right, with the Hierophant, where there's learning and growing and you're able to be admired as the teacher and also learn from your students, right? You're not being pulled out of your position and schooled by experience. You're growing with it instead. And it's going to be a conflict, or you already know there's arguments coming from it, or stemming around it, or there's going to be disagreements. Or someone might be bitter, right? It's too much of a headache. So, with that said, let's get into your guidance, okay? With the Veil of Shadows, card number 43. It says, a lotus blossoms with deep, rich mud into which she plunges her roots and draws great nourishment. From this mud, made of water and earth, growth happens and great beauty is revealed. Your soul lotus thrives through depth of emotion and aliveness of your body into which she can plant herself and unfold as a lotus of light. Your soul lotus is blossoming, just like the plant that outgrows the pot in which it has been planted and requires more soil to spread its roots and continue growing. Your soul lotus needs some more mud, some more water and earth energy so that it can grow and shine. Water and earth is both love and resource, okay? In the spiritual worlds, all things serve everything, including our darker emotions and parts of our body that we may not think are acceptable. They are actually good nourishment for our soul. The soul craves to love and be love, and in love with all parts of you. Like a passionate divine lover, it wants to hold nothing back and become completely spiritually intimate with all aspects and parts of you, whether you have thought they were lovable or not. This can be challenging because it can feel extremely uncomfortable to visit and consciously engage with those aspects of our personality and our bodies that we have yet to really love and accept. Yet this is what you're guided to embrace now. This process might be started by engaging in some type of practice that honors the shadow part of you. If you consider yourself an introverted person, it might be a time to honor the counter side of this, the part that needs community and people, in order to thrive. If you consider yourself a quiet person, you might need to explore how you can find joy through sound, music, and energy, for example. If you consider yourself a passionate person, you could benefit from finding the part of you that is peaceful and content in the moment with things exactly as they are right now. Shadow work. This interplay isn't about saying that who you are now is not enough. It is about acknowledging that you are that thing you believe you are not, and finding a way to live with it finding a way to live it with consciousness and love. It is about delving into the parts of you that have been hidden in the veil of shadows and are now becoming ready to be revealed and lived as a part of the beautiful and whole being that you are in truth. In particular, this oracle asks you to look at where you can nourish your emotional and physical life with more focus. Your spirit needs it to thrive at this time. You're going through a period where you're growing and becoming beautiful. And the parts of yourself that you are afraid of embracing are the parts that are going to serve you best, understanding and integrating more moving forward. So have no fear, Aries. You have a magical, very nourishing person in your presence, coming with 100% of their soul to close out these toxic cycles you have to people that would school you and make you regret your decisions with them. You're being blessed. Enjoy the healing. As much as it might feel conflicting and uncomfortable, because you're going to love where you end up. You're going to love where you end up. The Spirit of Swords with the Ace of Pentacles and this Earth Mother are working some magic. So I hope that helps. Aries, if you want more from me, all of my information will be in the description box below. Until next time, guys, Divine Rebel Racey signing out. Remember always to love each other and most importantly, love yourself. Until next time, guys.